Everybody's copying us. The latest from our daily newsletter at podnews.net. Podcast episodes are getting shorter, says Rephonic. The number of shows over an hour long are becoming less common, and 37 minutes appears to be the sweet spot. How about 5? Podcast analytics platform Magellan AI has announced a new attribution tool. The service enables insights into campaign performance, pacing and success within the Magellan AI dashboard. Podscribe has announced a third-party impression and verification tool. The Prefix service offers placement verification, automation and brand safety monitoring. Are European telcos harnessing digital audio's full potential? WARC and Spotify have released research on how digital audio channels are being adopted within the media mixes of European telecom brands. Digital audio has over 17% share of total media consumption in most of Europe, but telcos are only spending 0.6% on digital audio. The report's a free download. Twitch, a streaming video platform, is to change the money it pays out to larger creators. Subscription revenue had been split 70-30 in favour of premium content creators, but those creators will get the standard 50-50 split next year after their first $100,000. The company, which is owned by Amazon, claims it has high bandwidth costs. YouTube has announced Creator Music, a music licensing service for YouTubers. Some tracks are available for purchase, others available as a rev share. The company's announced indie record labels it's working with. It'll launch in Q3 22 in the US only, and more widely next year. Triton Digital published the New Zealand podcast ranker for August. The Mike Hosking Breakfast from iHeart New Zealand is the new #1 show. iHeart is #1 for podcasts in the country. An incomplete ranker, Triton Digital doesn't measure RNZ or Spotify. And a new set of data for the US will be published at 9 a.m. Eastern. You'll find a link to it in our show notes and our newsletter today. Spotify Studios France has announced its slate of podcasts for Q3 22. The show coming out as a book, while their 18-plus show Hotline will go on a live theatre tour. BAM Strategy has signed with Sounder for media strategy, planning and brand safety for national advertising campaigns. It's the first major agency partnership for the platform. Happy 20th birthday to Rogue Amoeba this month. They make audio hijack and loopback, among other things, and they're celebrating with 20% off everything until September the 30th. And Google Analytics can't be used lawfully, according to the Danish Data Protection Agency. Austria, Italy and France have also said it's illegal to use without a reverse proxy. Why are we telling you this? Well, podcast prefix analytics services can work the same way. And just so you know, we've updated our privacy policy for this podcast to highlight our use of the Open Podcast Prefix project. In People News, Bobby Bones, the founder of the Nashville Podcast Network, has signed with UTA. And in podcast news, the Joe Cole cast from BT Sport, hosted by Audio Boom, is fascinating to watch on YouTube. It's recorded using 2 Shure MV7 microphones that are both too far away, but possibly more importantly, aren't plugged in to anything at all. We wonder how it works and how we can hear them. Modem Mischief has released a 3-part series on WikiLeaks founder Julian Assange. The Kiev Independent has released power lines from Ukraine to the world, asking what role Ukraine plays in the contentious struggle between the world's old and new power structures. The Avon Power in Aging podcast series launches today with Andrea Thompson, the editor-in-chief of Marie Claire UK. The Randy Rainbow podcast has launched today. He, of course, is a New York best-selling author and 4-time Emmy-nominated musical comedian. Of course he is. And Heavyweight returns for Season 7 today, hosted by Jonathan Goldstein. Today's episode has a mysterious story about a cryptic letter a woman named Sarah received from someone with the same name as her, claiming to be her childhood best friend. The only problem is, Sarah doesn't remember this person at all. And that's the latest from our newsletter. To read all the stories and subscribe, we're at podnews.net.